in my personal belief, I think they're here. They've been here. Now, as far as abducting us, for whatever nefarious reason, is only, we have to look back at some of these stories of some of these abductees and how they describe their experience.
All right. Great call, Kathleen. Thank you for that. Well, just give me a sense of where your mind is at with the alien abduction phenomenon, because we have sort of these two camps. One camp seems to view the alien or ETs as, this our brothers out in space, and they're here to study us, but also, perhaps guide us and help raise our consciousness into the fifth dimension and welcome us into the Galactic Federation. And then in the other camp, they're these nefarious entities that are poking us and prodding us, and as Kathleen indicated, perhaps engaged in some kind of alien-human hybrid program. Is it one, the other, a combination of both? Where are you at with all of this, Roderick?
Well, I think that where I'm at with it is I'm in the middle because, number one, I've learned over the years when I talked to Captain Robert Salas, who was one of the Minutemen at the Manstrom Air Force Base when he turned off our nuclear weapons. And one of the things he taught me was, hey, we just got to trust the witnesses. And so, therefore, you're going to get witnesses that are going to tell you, like Whitley Strieber in his book, they probed him, basically did the nefarious things to him. When it gets down to that other camp, CE5 camp, where, they come in peace and we summon them up, and, I take those two stories totally different, Richard, because they're just seeing lights in the sky. But these other people are being abducted and poked on, and they feel a little different about the outcome than just saying, hey, look at that, there it is, So, but I think it'll all change if one of them landed and abducted all those people who were sitting there with summing them up. So I just have a little more humor with it and think about it, but in the middle is where I stand. And so both sides have a legitimate argument of what they think.
All right, let's say hi to Howard, west of the Rockies, Vancouver, Washington. Welcome to Coast, Howard. Good morning.
Hello, Richard and Roderick. I've been following the UFO subject for quite a few years, and I've come to think that the greatest fear our government has is not so much of the aliens, but the idea of having their technology fall into the hands of our adversaries. Now, with that in mind, this past week, there have been several reports about a UFO being shot down over southern Russia, and I was wondering if MUFON had any additional information about that.
Yeah, it's a great story. I mentioned it on Coast last night.
I haven't gotten any, I've gotten personal texts from people that sent, look at this clip, you hear about this all the time. And it even part into, the UFOs or the ETs are keeping them from using their nuclear weapons with this thing that's happening in the other country. And so it just falls into so many things. But the story that they shot down something probably, could have happened, and we won't know because it's going to be kept a big secret until we get some footage from people or some boots on the ground that actually saw something. So, but as far as MUFON concerned, it is probably surfacing, or moving about our organization. For me personally, I get a lot of personal texts and emails from my followers that talks about that story. But I've never done any total investigation yet.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was a drone or something. But as you say, there hasn't been a lot of information coming out since the initial report, which was I think last Tuesday it came out, so we shall see. Howard, thank you for the call. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's say hi to Charles in Sebastopol, California. Charles, welcome to Coast. You're on the line with Roderick Martin.
Hi there, and hi, Robert. Great subject. So I've been following UFO for many, many years, but here's the one I want to ask about. There was a recent congressional hearing where they were discussing looking at some other examples. But the show was an extremely brief of a couple of seconds, and one particular was flying by. And that's all you need. They didn't even bother to tell about multiple radar stations tracking the same objects, multiple pilots seeing the same objects over length of time. The fact that these things had gone from 50,000 feet down to ocean level, in fact, even ocean back out again. There's a lot of evidence. There's not everything to talk about at all, which was really disgusting. So I thought, I wonder how many of the Congress people that were there realized that maybe there was more to it, or they just shrugged their shoulders and said, oh, there's nothing there after all, and kind of walked away. I was wondering what depth or perception or panic that hearing might have had.
Great question, Charles.
Is that for you? Is that for you,
No,
Richard, or you want me to?
You take that one, Roderick.
Well, great question, great observation. I think in the end of the day, they're all on the same team. Okay, all of Congress. They have to be. They took an oath to protect and serve the people of the United States in the best interest. So although they have to give us something, you have to look at the undercurrent of conversations when it comes down to what they display. For example, when we first saw the Tic Tac videos, when they played the recording, what did we hear? You hear excitement. Yo, yay, look at that thing, right? But when 60 Minutes interviewed them, they was a little nervous. There was fear. There was a lot of things. So that's something you don't want out in the public, that our military are fearing something we can't defend ourselves from. So those narratives changed. So when they decided to do this congressional hearing, they knew all they had to do was scratch the surface. But if you looked at the camera angles that they were showing, there was a lot of empty seats there, that people wasn't really taking it serious, because they probably knew they was just going to show us some little bleaks of things. And then you had people saying, oh, I didn't know. Oh, that's all I knew. Oh, I never heard of that. So that, wag the dog theory or system that they have is there. And so we, the people, yourself, people like us that still have these conversations, and we just got to hope that more and more younger people that begins to get into politics go in and replace, and this is what's happening anyway, and begin to replace some of these people that's been there for 20, 30 years, keeping a big secret a keeper. And that's how we got to approach it.